Hi everyone, I'm starting new devlog video series. I am going to keep educational character of my videos. During those series I will explain you why and how I get to certain solutions, and I am also going to present you process of my first commercial game creation. I started from creating basic plan for my game. For planning I'm using Trello tool which is very useful for basic planning. What you can do in this tool is mostly to create like cards with the task you do. So it's very helpful. It's very useful to plan your project on the start because when you see what you need to do more and when you see your progress and end of your project, it's easier to keep your motivation to finalize your game. So I strongly advise you to use whatever tool you like for planning of your project, but please do at least some basic plan for your projects. It might be even list on your cards on the desk, on a piece of paper even. If you would like to use the Trello tool, I will place a link in the description of this movie. Because I've decided that I want to create graphic for my game by myself, I had to do a little bit of a research about the colors, how to match them together, and it was just to improve general look and feel for my game. So it's something new for me, what I'm learning about, and I will put a link in the description of this movie for this explanation of the colors. And as you can see here, I will be using something called color wheel, which was explained under this on this side. So I will give you a link if you would like to check this out. I've also did some check on site which has already color palettes prepared before. I will also try to use one of those. I will put a link also in the description for this site where you can take prepared color palettes. After I've get the basic knowledge of the color theory, I've decided to create just the concept graphic for prototyping of my game. So this will be very basic graphic because I'm still learning the software which I'm using. The software I'm using is Inkscape, and this software is free to use, also for commercial purposes. So I strongly recommend to use that one, at least for the time you can't afford for Adobe Illustrator. And even I think if you go to use to Inkscape, because it's a very powerful tool, at least for 2D game graphic, 2D logos, and etc., you will probably decide not to switch to Adobe Illustrator. I think Inkscape is enough for at least like indie game developer, or at least starting indie game developer. So I will put a link into the description of this movie if you would like also to use this software. And here you can see how I struggle to get colors that match each other. I know it seems very simple, at least on the movie on the side I linked you before, but to be honest, it's not so easy. It's much easier when you understand the basic theory, but I think it needs a lot of more experience from me to be good at pick up colors for my design. And here I will show you the final effect, at least the final effect for the concept graphic. And after finalizing everything, at least in the Inkscape, the graphic for my prototype, I've imported everything to the Unity engine, and then I started to struggle how to make pendulum in Unity, and it was at least much harder for me because I was trying to make it using hinge joint, and I know it's the correct way, but somehow for me I was not using hinge joint before. So most what I was doing, it was like experimenting on the fly, how to make pendulum working and how to make rotations around the point, that orange dot you can see here on the pictures. And I also go through the documentation for Unity for the hinge joint to try to understand it better. Unfortunately, it didn't help me too much, but somehow I managed it to move, and now I know, after doing some quick studies, and even I've watched some other tutorials about 2D effectors in the Unity, and they are very useful. So I strongly advise to use 2D effectors in your game. Don't make everything through the script by yourself. And as you can see here, based on my movie, the creation of the games is not always so easy as you would like it to be. And this is the final effect I managed to achieve. So it works somehow I want to, but to make it work as I want, I will need to create some simple script for Pendulum. So if you liked today's video, don't forget to press the like button and to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching.